Hey guys and gals out there in TSP land, just a quick little product review video to go along with a write-up on this product. And this is kind of one of the unique ones. This is Jack getting played by an influencer on an airplane, sort of. Alton Brown's who I'm talking about. I consider him an actual influencer, not just some chick doing gym videos and complaining that people look at her butt in her yoga pants. This is an actual recommended thing by somebody I highly respect. I've been a fan of Alton Brown for a very long time. Alton Brown, isn't he a cooking guy? He is. And so let's start out with what this is without the Alton Brown part about it. This is a little portable fan by a company called Onpolonpi. I don't know these Chinese brands. You can read it for yourself and try to figure that out. But it is the exact fan that was in the video. He didn't have a link or anything. He doesn't really recommend products, but I just watched his video and it was there. So when I look at it just as what it's marketed as and designed to be at $15, it's a great little fan. It's something you can sit on your desk. You can run it on any one of 4 speeds. It definitely puts a nice little amount of airflow on you. I would say that's pretty nice, and that's the lowest speed possible. It is adjustable, as you can see, based on the kickstand. And if I go to speed 2, that's pretty dadgone good. And I don't know that I would run that next to my microphone while I'm podcasting. I'm not sure if you guys can hear that or not. But in an office, while I'm doing office work, this is certainly not going to upset Susan in the next row, nor do I think even running it at like speed 3 would. And that's really kicking some air out. And then top speed 4. And the upshot of it is there's no free lunch. So the faster you run it, the less time you'll get. On a speed of 1. This will get you about 23 hours of runtime. On a speed of 4, it'll get you like 5 is what the manufacturer says. I ran it on a speed 3 in my refrigerator, more on that a bit, for about 6 hours, and it didn't blink. And I would estimate you probably get about 7 hours at speed 3, and you probably get somewhere in the neighborhood of 11 hours of speed 2. Really, for what the application is, though, with the cooking that came from Alton Brown, is you could run this at a 1. I ran it at a 3 because I didn't have as much time. A good hack, whenever you're cooking meat, if you have the time to do it, and if you plan your time, you will have your time, is to take your meat and salt both sides of it. You can also use flavorings at this point, or you can just do a pure salt. And then what you want to do is put it on a cooling rack like this thing here, this little grid thing here with these little feet on the bottom that keeps it up off the bottom. These are really designed for baking. So you take your bread that you popped out, or your cookies or your rolls, and you set them on this, like on a cutting board on the counter, and that allows it to cool from both sides, and that's what they're really for. But tons of people, including me, use them for all types of things. I'll nest this into a sheet pan, a shallow sheet pan with foil in it so it doesn't make a huge mess. And I'll throw bacon on it. It cooks bacon amazing in the oven. That's just one example. Chicken wings in the oven. It works really good because all the fat drips off the skin. You get a crispier skin that way. But it's also good for the salted meat trick, where we salt our meat, and that can be steak. It could be a pork chop. It can be fish. It can be anything that we want to develop what's called a pellicle on and dry it out a bit from excess moisture, because they add moisture to all their meat. And it also develops a pellicle, and the pellicle is the magic. The article talks all about the science of it. If you want to know, there's a link down there in the video notes. But the pellicle is, if you've ever done this, and you've salted that steak or that chop, and you pull it out of the refrigerator, it's a little bit wet. You towel it off, and it's got a sticky, almost glue-like coating. That's the pellicle, and that is the secret to magic flavor. That is the secret to golden brown and delicious. On chicken skin, if you get that, then you season it and you give it a high temperature grilling or baking or air fry, you get much crisper, browner, golden skin. On a steak or a chop, especially a flat top, you lay a good pellicle down on that, you get that beautiful even sear, sealing those juices, and it just tastes like magic, thanks to our Maillard reaction, right? And you just get a better Maillard reaction. And if you're adding like an herb crust or something like that to something before you pop it in the oven or on the grill or whatever, it sticks. If you're smoking, like you do this with a brisket or a pork shoulder or a rack of ribs, that stickiness, as that smoke wafts over it, it kind of grabs onto those smoke particles a lot better. If you talk to an old boy, real pitmaster barbecue guy that works for one of these, pitmaster barbecue places where they open at 10 and sell till they're out of stuff, and then they close at 2 o'clock because they've sold everything for the day. If you talk to that guy and you say, what do you put for a dry rub? He says, we use salt, pepper, and that's it. The smoke is the sauce. That guy knows what a pellicle is. To get that kind of a bark, you've got to have some pellicle. All right. So what happens when you run this fan, and we've got our fan sitting, and we've got this sitting in a sheet pan so it doesn't, drip everywhere. And then this fan is running across the meat like this. It wicks away the moisture. And it's one of those moments where you watch somebody say something and you go, damn it, I should have known that. In fact, I did know that. I just never took those two pieces of information, stuck them together. Thanks, Alton, for making me feel like a dumbass. So I'm sitting literally at like 32,000 feet. I know this because the pilot had just announced it. We're coming back from Denver. I'm doom scrolling on like reels or some shit. And there's Alton doing all this stuff. And he's putting a steak with salt on it into the refrigerator. I'm like, well, tell me something I don't know, Alton. And he's like, all right, Jack. He didn't say Jack, but it was like he said Jack because he's like, I like to use a fan. So he takes this and sticks it in the refrigerator. He's like, put it on the lowest setting. And of course, I put it on a higher setting because when I finally got to use it when I got back, I didn't have a full day. I had like 7 hours, and I'm like, well, I'll run it at 3, and that'll, test the battery lifespan of the fan. When I went and got it, it was 6 or 7 hours. I took it out. It was still running just fine. So even at a 3, you're going to get at least that much runtime out of it. So I believe the manufacturer's claims because they're not extreme for something with like a 4,000 milliamp hour battery in it. So it worked, but did it work on the, oh my God. That steak, I made a rosemary, garlic, and thyme herb crust for it with a little bit of black pepper. I just did salt for the treatment in the refrigerator and nothing else. It stuck like somebody put glue on it. I mean, it just adhered. And when I laid that sear was gorgeous. My wife said, what did you do? And I said, I got Alton Brown's fan. She goes, no, really? I'm like, I got Alton Brown's fan. She's like, you always make steak great, but this is even better because I got Alton Brown's fan. Now, my shirt's the same manufacturer. I am not, because Alton will do things like literally he does not do brand endorsements. He does not do specific product endorsements. He tells you what to look for. I've always liked that about him. But this was the exact form factor, and these things are all probably made in the same place and somewhere in China. Why don't you buy American? Because we don't make this. If we made this and I could buy it for even $5 more and buy it, I would. There's certain things that we just don't have people that want to make them in America, or companies that want to make them in America. And this thing is worth the money, $15. Buy 2 of them. Why? Because you're going to buy one. It's going to come. You're going to try it. And you're going to go, I want to keep one for cooking, and I want one to put, in my laptop bag or whatever. Oh, yeah, there's one more use for it. You ever have those laptops that run really hot? You're cool, but the laptop is hot. Just put it on the lowest setting and run it across your laptop. And I'm sure you can think of other uses for it. Operation. If I have to explain this to you, you probably shouldn't be trying it. You're going to hurt yourself. There's one button. You push it, it comes on, and you adjust the speed by how many. At 4 pushes is maximum. And the little lights come on to tell you what speed you're running at, right? You push it one more time, and it goes off. Charging, USB-C port on the rear right there. Okay. Now, Jack, what is that great big standard USB port for? I don't know. I didn't see anything about it in the little tiny manual that came with it. I don't think you need much of a manual here. So I don't know. I thought, well, maybe it's for charging secondary devices. I plugged a standard USB cable, plugged my iPhone in on the other end. It didn't charge. I tried it both on and off, and it didn't charge. So that's not what it's for. I guess it could be for input charging, but it's been a long time since I've seen a USB to USB standard cable. I guess some devices do have an output in a USB-C or something, or USB-B or whatever the hell else that weird one is. Maybe. So maybe it's another input port. My guess, this fan worked perfect with a standard component, and this cover is probably on other things. And they probably just said, the hell with the extra port. It's probably inert. I could be wrong, but I don't think it matters because I don't think many of you will worry about using it anyway, unless you're just that neurotic person. So check one of these Ontolong P fans today. $15. You can get yours and read the full write-up about the whole experience with Alton Brown talking to me on the airplane, and learn more about cooking and cooling at thesurvivalpodcast.com with that link that's right down there in the video notes. If you have any questions, fire them at me. I'll answer them, but ain't much to say about this that we ain't said already. Take care, guys. It's been another product review. I got some other stuff coming for you like this in the next week or two.